Oh yeah, I've seen some where they tell you to open up a credit card.
Oh, we could talk about the seminar business if you want to get into super shady real estate. Yeah. One of my least favorite people. He's in a part of a lawsuit, so this is public. The seminar business is one of the worst in real estate, and you'll appreciate this because you're a real estate investor. And they get people in for the free event. All it is hype. I'm going to teach you how to make so much money in real estate with my proven system, 6 figures in 3 months. And then on the weekend seminar, they barely teach you anything. You can go on Bigger Pockets on a couple podcasts and learn what they teach. Then they upsell you into their mastermind. Well, the reason why you won't ever find the mastermind price online, you want to know why? Hey, Graham, call your credit card company. We'll see how much you can afford. Say you're going to start making $200,000 next year. Because with our proven strategy, you're going to start making $200,000. So call your credit card company. Oh, you got $28,000 approved? Well, it's $25,000 for the course. Me, I got $50,000 a credit card limit. It's $45,000 for me.
So it varies in price.
How do you know this?
It's in lawsuits. And it's shared. If you really research this, you'll see it.
So people are saying that they've paid different varying amounts for the same thing based on their credit cards.
Yeah, there's even a video on YouTube where someone goes undercover and sees some of these shady practices and lying to credit card companies. It's a shady businessman.
Wait. So I don't understand. Ugly business. So they go in and they call someone else's credit card company.
I get you to call yours.
Oh,
and say, because they'll usually ask how much money are you making? Well, you might be making $25,000 a year, but with my proven system, you're going to start making $225,000, right? So to a credit card company, if you can claim that, they might give a higher limit.
Oh yeah, so this is something that American Express has recently started cracking down on because they had an issue with COVID. That a lot of people had overstated their income to get higher credit limits, and American Express saw that as more liability. I think same with Chase, and so they lowered credit lines or they requested your tax return. There's a little thing there that says that if you want this credit limit, we have the right to request a copy of your tax return to verify you make what you said you make.
Telling you, man, there's so many dirty business practices in this world on social media. Social media driven is when I say social media. A lot of their audience comes from the promotion of their brand on social media.
That's interesting. Wow. So who's going to regulate that?
It's a great question, man. CoffeeZilla and I are a good start, right?
Yeah.
I've reached out to the FTC numerous times. They've never contacted me again. Never contacted me, period.
Yeah. Now, I have a feeling the FTC is looking at like the big fish.
Here's what's depressing.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to make $250,000 this year. Doing pretty well in life, right? Some of these guys make $500,000, $1 million. We're nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing compared to some of the scams out there in the world. I did a video on online dating scams, and I started researching it, and some guy was like, yeah, this girl we found that she took 40 million or something. You start thinking of the scams out there. We're talking 40 million, 100 million. Some of these Bitcoins, it's like $600 million scam. Right. Well, if you have limited resources, what are you going to go after? You're going to go after some guy who's like, I can teach you how to make $1 million. I've made a little money on e-com. I'm going to teach you how to make $1 million.
Right.
Or real scams. Now, I use the word scam. I try to use it as infrequently as possible because someone calling your grandma and scamming her, that's a scam. Someone selling you a little more than what it's worth, it's a gray line.
Yeah. Part of me believes it's hard to regulate because how much do you prove is on the person with these claims versus the work ethic of the person who signs up? Because I guarantee you put someone who's like so motivated, like a 19-year-old kid who's like, I'm just going to do whatever it takes. I got a $15,000 credit line. Don't care. I'm going to make it work. And that kid does. Versus someone else who's like trying to keep, jump from one thing to another from another. It's like, oh, I got $30K. Let me spend that. Oh, it's not working this month. I'm going to leave. How do they, it's like to go through all of those claims, it's...
Big part of my Authentic or Charlatan series was I think it's very important what guru you follow. Because most information, if you want to buy a rental property, a lot of it's pretty similar guru to guru, but I do think there are going to be differences when you follow. So that was my goal, is just bring awareness. Is this guy real? Does he actually do real estate, or does he do e-commerce, or does he not? Because that's going to matter on the course side. But then this ugly area of how much responsibility do you put on the student? Because I for sure am in that ballpark where I do think if you buy a course, I can't really go after someone if you buy the course and you don't put in any work, right? That's on you.
Yeah.
It's the unfortunate nature of the course business.
And I think the reality too, a lot of people just in general, whether they buy a course or not, are just very few people really will follow through with it, whether or not they spend $100 or $500 or $1,000. And I do think there is some level of responsibility for the person buying it to, first of all, verify what they're buying is legitimate, believe in what they're doing, and I think just knowing how to be self-sufficient enough to kind of fill in the gaps. Because I think it can be good to get you in the door, get you thinking about some stuff, But then beyond a certain point, if you get stuck, it's like, oh, I got stuck. Let me quit.
Here's my only clap back to that, right?
Let's hear it.
So if I'm selling a course on how to get started on YouTube and I sell it, it's going to be incredibly difficult. You're probably going to need to have this much money to start for camera work, all that stuff. And this is the timeline, right? It's going to take you possibly up to 3 years to get your first 1,000 subscribers. I have no problem with selling that. The problem becomes when you are selling, I'm going to teach you how to be a millionaire. I saw one guru teaching, I'm going to 100x your subscribers in 12 months. You can't promise that, right? Yeah, I mean, you know YouTube. Come on, there's some difficulties with growing that fast. I mean, it's not everyone can do it. So the problem lies in the marketing, right?
Sure.
If you're funneling people who shouldn't be buying. So where I come in, a lot of my content revolves around the lack of disqualifiers, right? You should not buy this if you don't want to work on weekends. You shouldn't buy. If you only have $1,000 in your bank account, please do not buy. That's where I think the ethics start to come in. Ethics is a little subjective, right? That's where it kind of
I'm curious. I want to put you on the spot. What do you think of my YouTube Creator Academy program? Be honest.
I haven't gone through it.
Okay.
I have not gone through the course.
Okay.
But with that said, I've heard good things. I do know that our friend Ryan went through it and he's made 7 figures on YouTube. You also don't promote. So
link down below in the description. If you said anything bad, I'll be like, all right, fine. Link down below.
But the thing is, you don't really promote it hard, right? I would have
a
problem. Okay, let's say. So here's a good example. You have the same information, course A and course B, exact same information. But in the funnel, in course A, you're promoting as guaranteed way to make $1 million. You know, I've shown videos on how much money I make. I can guarantee you'll get there for course A. But course B, you just say, here's the course. If you want to get started on YouTube, you can buy it if you want. Can you see that there's pretty clear difference, right? Even though it's the same material.
You have to do that though. I think that's just what's required, because think of it this way. When I first started making YouTube videos, when I looked on YouTube for financial advice or just financial videos, you'd go on there and it would be like a title, How to Start a Roth IRA, or Why You Need a Roth IRA. Like those would be the titles. I switched my title to How to Be a Tax-Free Millionaire by 60. You have to do that, because otherwise the people who need to see that wouldn't see it, because they don't know what a Roth IRA is. They want to know tax-free millionaire. How do I Roth IRA? So I think some of that is required. You have to sprinkle a little bit of sugar on it, because it attracts the people who otherwise would have overlooked it because they don't know what to look for.
Yeah, marketing sugar. Guarantees, are you guaranteeing anything? That's usually the best start.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with marketing a product. Look, I understand business. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But there is a line, though. I think we can agree. And I know you don't cross it.
Listen, I think we agree on it. I'm just giving some counterpoints, that's all.
Yeah,
but I think overall we agree on the same things.
Yeah, I'm not anti-course, by the way, which is generally, I think a lot of my fans think I'm anti-course. I'm not. I think there are a lot of courses out there that could really help people. Honestly, I struggled on YouTube for 5 years. Had I gone through your course earlier and condensed, what's the value of cutting a success from 0 to 5 years, from 0 to 3 years?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what? You should go through it if you want to. If you want to go through it.
I actually should add that I was thinking of doing a mentorship for YouTube, and someone reached out with notes on your program. So that's why cool. I have seen notes, and I saw it and I was like, this is solid.
Okay. I was about to say, if you go through it and you don't like it, well, it doesn't matter. I don't want to make this a plug. For
yeah,
anyway.
Sure. What would be,
we'll refund you. Don't like it, don't mention it.
What would be really interesting?
We'll refund you in 21 days if you don't like it down below in the description. No, I'm kidding.
What would be really interesting, though, a question to ask to put you on the spot is, do you feel like you would ever withhold information for a course?
There are a few things that I think yes. I don't think there's anything big. Like, I'll tell you, I think our thumbnail strategies change so often.
Right.
So I would say that information, what's in the course right now, works.
Tried and true.
But gosh, I have to say with thumbnails lately with Jack and I, it changes every like 3 to 4 weeks.
Here's my pushback
so for me
against, against course creators is that I personally believe that success comes from mentorship. And I do know you. Do you still have the monthly mentorship?
I do.
I've heard good things, and I think that is a better strategy, especially with YouTube growth on YouTube. How valuable would it be if I sat here and showed you a couple thumbnails and you said, A, B, and C, change those thumbnails, just do this one little thing? Like, that's insanely valuable, right? But you can't put that in a course.